the rumble in the jungle against Muhammad Ali in Zaire, Africa. You said in your book it featured more unexplained happenings than any event in your life. And I know you've rehashed, this on multiple times before, but the water that you were given by your trainer shortly before you got into the ring, explain what you think was done to it.
I got into the ring, and generally I dry out, go without water. And just before a boxing match, my trainer would always say, all right, ready for your first sip of water? And he'd give me a nice drink of water. And that's how we'd need, you ready for another? And a piece of ice. We'd always done this. This night in Africa, the same water, same ceremony, here's your drink of water. I said, hey, this water tastes like medicine. And my trainer, Dick Sadler, said, same water as always. And I didn't want to make him feel bad. So I took another drink. I said, man, this water has medicine in it. Same water as always. He said, look, I'm taking a drink. And I took an ice, and that was different. The water was different that night.
Explain what happened during the ref's count when you were down that made you believe it was suspect.
The fight, and I lost the boxing match to Muhammad Ali. I got beat genuinely. I've got photographs where I'm on the canvas and the referee counting over me. I lost that boxing match. I had a lot of complaints after that boxing match. The count, the ropes were too loose. The referee counted too fast. And I had something in my water. I have lots of excuses, but it still doesn't bring it back and make it a win. I've learned to live with that.
Right, I mean, but even if you admit that Ali beat you and would have beat you regardless, it is, though, still your belief that things happen that may have been less than honest or...
Yeah, I've had a lot of victories, lots of victories. I even became champion of the world again, all of those victories, and I didn't seem to complain about anything after those victories. So I've learned now with the defeats, let it alone.
You wrote in your book, speaking to the depression that was created from that bout at the time, I hadn't just lost the title, I'd lost what defined me as a man. How severely depressed did you become, and how would you describe the emotional toll it took on you?
I didn't just lose the title, I lost myself. I lost who I defined myself as that time. I lost it all.
How long did it take to get it back?
It was years before I could really look in the mirror and say, I'm who I want to be. I think, of course, I found my religion and a place in this life that had nothing to do with boxing. That's when I really was totally restored.
And you mentioned the picture that you have of yourself on the mat, the ref counting, Ali had knocked you down. Explain why you view that positively now.
Oh, yeah, I became an evangelist full-time, got a new little house, 3-bedroom. I was really happy with my place. And the only picture of my past I displayed was a photograph of Muhammad Ali standing over me and mine looking up, being knocked down and losing the championship of the world. First of all, I was proud that I was in such a match. And secondly, there's nothing wrong with being knocked down in life. It's about getting up.
Obviously, during your professional careers, you guys seemingly didn't have as close of a relationship. When did that start to change?
I think that's still probably a bad state in boxing where boxers learn to hate one another. You get a trainer, you get a manager, and he talks about, you to be heavyweight champ of the world. These other guys are not this, no one is that. And you bell ring and you hate these fellas, and you lose a lot of time with people who could have been your best friends, who have so much in common with you. We lost that early on with Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, Ken Norton, and I. We could have been the best friends. Even our daughters are pretty much alike.